Replacing the chrome letters on the front of my Ram, these things, with some new black letters. I'm going to show you how to do it. Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome back to Robmotive FST. And if you're new to the channel, you may not know that I'm not a big fan of chrome. So I am in the process of dechroming my new Ram 1500. And that, of course, means changing out the front or the letters on the truck with blacked out lettering. I'll give you the part number and stuff here in a few minutes. But to take these off, you have two choices. You can pull the grill, which is a nightmare. And the reason you might want to consider pulling the grill is because they are held on with these little tiny, well, I don't even know what you call these, pressure washers. They have little nubs in them that kind of grab the little, what do you want to call them, nubs, rods, whatever. You can see right here is one sticking out. It's very difficult to get those off from the front, but as you can see, it can be done. So what I've done is I've kind of wedged something in behind these, just pry tools, and kind of broke off the ends of these things because I'm not reusing these anyway, so it doesn't really matter. I'm going to show you on the M because I've been told the M is the hardest one to do. So I'm going to show you on the M how I do it. I won't run you through the whole process because it takes about 10-15 minutes to do probably, unless I get lucky on this one. But let me set you up and show you my method of removing the fronts, and then I'll show you the new black letters and we'll go ahead and put them on. Okay, I've got the blacked out M. There you go. That's what it's going to look like. But if you look at the back of the M, it has these little pressure pins, points, whatever you want to call them, connectors on it. They pop into these slots that you can see across the front, and then these two little rods or whatever that are supposed to have these little compression washers attached to them. Again, I'll try to show you this. Probably didn't focus real well. That's what's supposed to go over these little rods right here on the back. I'm not going to do that. I'll probably put a couple pieces of double-sided tape on here just to give it a little extra, but these little nubs should hold it in. So to get it off, kind of pay attention to where everything is. We have one of these rods here and one right up here. Or actually, we'd have to turn it the other way around. We have one right over here and one right in this area here. So those are what we're going to have to break those little washers off of, as well as prying these off at the same time. It is an interesting process, let me tell you. What I'm using is an old blade. This is from a carpet knife or box cutter, whatever you want to call it. And I'm just kind of grabbing the corner to get underneath like so, and then kind of pry that out a little bit. So I'm going to pry it out with just a pry tool because I don't want to gouge anything around the edges. You can see I've gouged a little bit underneath, but you're never going to see that. So just use the blade to kind of get your pry tool underneath. That's the plan, like so. And that one fit really easily. It hasn't been that easy for me so far. And then we'll get rid of our blade because I really don't want to cut myself with that thing. And then I'll take another pry tool and slip it in from behind. Maybe I can get lucky and this thing will pop before I even, and there it did. So that was the fastener part at the bottom that popped out. So that's awesome. Maybe the M is going to be easier than I've been told. Now we need to go up top, do the same thing. You will hear some crunching and crackling, by the way. Again, we don't care what happens to these letters because they're going to go away. Now, another thing that I've done, up here, now that it's pried out this far, you can see the connector, or that little lip that goes in. I've been cutting those with a carpet knife just to go ahead and break them, and then I'll pull them out or kick them through, whatever. And I can see this one now, it's exposed. The other thing that you can do is to try to take a screwdriver and push down on the little pin, if you will, to release it, which I'm going to try because that's the easiest way. And it doesn't look like I had any success there. So I am going to go ahead and cut this one as I've done the other ones. It's pretty easy to cut. This plastic, I mean, you have to be careful, don't get me wrong, and you don't want to cut your truck. But once you get through the first one, it's pretty simple. So we've got the first one cut and it kind of popped a little bit. I'm going to use a screwdriver again and see if I can push down and pop it out, because again, that's the easiest way to do it. And it did pop out, so I'm just going to push the little nub down a little so it doesn't re-engage. But it did pop out. So now I have the connector that's right here. That's what's holding me up on this side. That little nub that sticks in with the washer behind it. That's the biggest challenge. You kind of have to break that off, and that's what I'm going to do now. So that you should hear a little bit of unpleasant noise. And that wasn't too bad. So far the M is proving to be the easier of the ones that I've done. Now while I've got this hanging out, I am going to go ahead and push that tab down and push the other one up because I do not want it to re-engage, which I've just done. Now we have the other nub, looks like over here on this side. So we're going to kind of work our way across and pop some more of these tab things as we go. This one is definitely coming off easier than the other two. So much for the M being the hardest, at least not for me. And I think we've already popped the washer on the little nub. So now we're going to go underneath. There's the noises I'm talking about. Now we're just going to use a little brute force. Let's see. That was much simpler than the other ones I did. You can see the back, everything is attached, even the little nub things stayed on, so the washers popped off. You could reuse these, they're not in the greatest of shape. I'd probably double side tape them back on if you wanted to, but that's what it looks like. This is what the surface looks like now that I'm done. You'll notice I didn't damage anything that can be seen. Probably the A was the worst. And it has the most scrapes on it too. So I'm going to clean this up and then I'm going to break out some double-sided tape and we'll go ahead and get the black lettering on here. Okay, I've cleaned everything off. I did put some double-sided tape on the back, actually 2 layers because it was too short with just one and I don't think it would have contacted anything. I'm not sure it's going to contact anything now, but I put it on just to be safe since, again, I can't put the washers on the back. So now we're going to go ahead and start sticking or putting them on. Make sure they fit, and of course they do. It's OEM. Again, I'll give you the part number here in just a minute. We have to go ahead and pull the top layer off of the tape. I find an X-Acto knife lets you grab an edge, kind of pick at the edge and pull it off. So let me do that. Okay, we've exposed the tape, as you can see. You can't mess this up. The slots are all there, so you just kind of have to stick them on. That's it. I'll be very interested to see if the tape actually does grab. So here we go. Felt like it did. You get the idea. That's how you put them on. They're just that simple. Now would be the time too, by the way, if you wanted to paint these. You could paint them before you put them on, of course. Maybe even try to paint the silver ones, the chrome ones, if you wanted. But I decided via the wife's recommendation to go ahead and leave them black. So I'm going to go ahead and put the rest on, and then we'll take a look at the front of the grill when it's done. Got it all done. You guys can see what it looks like. No more chrome across the front of my truck. I love it. There's no chrome up here now, except for the headlights. I mean, they're going to have something in them. They have to reflect, right? So obviously there's going to be something in there that looks like chrome, silver, whatever. But that's the look. Very simple to do. I don't know if the tape that I put on actually contacted anything or not, but they fit in there real firm either way. These things aren't going anywhere. So pretty cool. I like the look. I give this a thumbs up. Now, I said I'd give you the part number. This is a genuine MOPAR part. Here's the number. You can see right there. So if you're interested in doing this, you should be able to get these from your dealer. They can order them from you, and if not, then you can order them online. These actually came from a dealer, looks like in Escondido, if I'm saying that right, California. So wherever I ordered them, they forwarded this on to that dealership, I don't know, and they sent them out. So pretty cool. I'm digging it. I think it looks awesome. Anyway, that's the mod. That's how you take the chrome letters off the front of your truck, if you're interested in it, and replace them with black, or even something, a different color if you chose to paint these before you put them on. Leave a comment. Let me know what you think. Do you like it or not? I'd be curious to know. Also, real quick, I do have 2 additional channels. Rob Motive, all about my 2021 Toyota Tacoma, and Rob Motive JT, all about my 2020 Jeep Gladiator. Check them out, and if you're interested, why not subscribe? Don't forget to click that notification bell so that you don't miss out on any upcoming videos. And do me a favor, smash that subscribe button on the way out. Thanks for watching. Stay safe out there. Bye.